Changes are in the works for South Korea's constitution, but there's no guarantee they'll go through. The government has already submitted its own proposal, and the leaders of the country's major parties started talks today to craft their own version. But they're deeply divided over what kind of changes need to be made and when. Kim Min-ji has the latest from the National Assembly.
The floor leaders of the country's three major political parties have rolled up their sleeves for earnest negotiations on crafting a proposal to amend the constitution. They agreed to make concrete efforts after President Moon Jae-in submitted his own proposal on Monday, a move that puts extra pressure on the National Assembly, where there's been a lack of urgency. The ruling Democratic Party of Korea said it's better late than never and called for constructive talks to reach an agreement between all parties. The party said the president's proposal reflects the kind of revision they had in mind and called for the opposition to come to the table with their views.
The president's submission of proposals shows that the parliament didn't do its job. I apologize to the people, and we should put an end to the political rift and put all efforts into amending the constitution. Talks on the matter have been ongoing for the past 15 months, and we know the contentious points. 1 month is enough to hammer out a deal.
Though the main opposition Liberty Korea party agreed to play an active role in the negotiations, the Conservative Party called on the president to withdraw his proposal.
I cannot find any urge in the president's proposal to put an end to the imperialistic presidential system. It seems the government is trying to use the amendment for political purposes. If the president and the ruling party sincerely want a constitutional amendment for the people, we call on the president to take back his proposal and let the parliament be at the forefront.
The centrist Padamita party noted that the constitutional revision will determine how the country is run for many years to come and called for an earnest approach from the two biggest parties.
Constitutional revision is about changing the country's system, so it's not a matter parties can use to promote their political interests. The people won't allow that. Parties need to come together to think of important matters for the country's future.
On the table for discussion are the most contentious areas, including the government power structure, the electoral system, and the timing of a referendum. However, concerns linger over the possibility of reaching a consensus, as parties remain deeply divided on the breadth of changes that need to be made. Eyes will be on the National Assembly over the next month to see whether parties can strike a last-minute deal on a proposal of their own or dig in on their differences. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.